Welcome back, space explorers. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most mysterious and misunderstood planets in our solar system, Venus. Often called Earth's twin, Venus is similar in size and composition. But beneath the clouds, it's an entirely different world, one of fire, acid, and crushing pressure. We'll uncover its violent atmosphere, explore its volcanic surface, investigate the possibility of ancient oceans and life, and look at new missions that may rewrite everything we know. Let's journey to Venus, Earth's evil twin. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, orbiting at about 67 million miles or 108 million kilometers away. It's almost the same size as Earth, just 650 kilometers smaller in diameter. It has no moons, no rings, and a day that lasts 243 Earth days. Even more bizarre, it spins backwards, making it the only planet that rotates in a direction opposite to its orbit. Its year, the time it takes to orbit the Sun, is 225 Earth days. So yes, on Venus, a day is longer than a year. Despite being farther from the Sun than Mercury, Venus is hotter due to a thick atmosphere that traps heat like a pressure cooker. Venus's atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide, with thick clouds of sulfuric acid droplets. It's the most inhospitable atmosphere of any rocky planet. Standing on the surface would feel like being 900 meters underwater, with 92 times Earth's atmospheric pressure. And the surface temperature? About 465 degrees Celsius or 869 degrees Fahr, hot enough to melt lead. There's no water, no breathable air, and storms that churn the skies with hurricane-force winds. Above this hellish surface, however, something surprising happens. At around 50 kilometers up, temperatures and pressures are relatively mild, almost Earth-like. This has sparked interest in whether life could survive in the upper clouds. But before we get there, let's talk about what's happening on the ground. Because of the thick clouds, we can't see Venus's surface directly with telescopes. But radar imaging, especially from NASA's Magellan mission, has revealed a world of volcanic plains, giant impact craters, and mountainous highlands. Venus has no plate tectonics, but it's covered in massive shield volcanoes and features called coronae, large, circular structures believed to be formed by upwelling magma. More than 80% of the surface is volcanic, making Venus possibly the most volcanically active planet in the solar system. Recent data suggests that Venus may still have active volcanoes today, including heat anomalies and changing surface features. Imagine a world constantly reshaped by fire beneath a toxic sky. Venus wasn't always this way. In fact, it may have once been habitable. Billions of years ago, both Earth and Venus may have had liquid water oceans. But something changed. As the Sun aged, it grew brighter, and Venus's oceans began to evaporate. That water vapor, a greenhouse gas, trapped more heat. The hotter it got, the more water evaporated. This runaway greenhouse effect spiraled out of control. Eventually, Venus lost all its water to space. Without oceans to absorb CO2, volcanic activity pumped more and more of it into the atmosphere, and Venus became the inferno we see today. It's a planetary climate disaster, and a chilling glimpse into what might happen to Earth if we lose control of our own climate. Despite its dangers, Venus has long fascinated scientists, and was one of the first planets visited by spacecraft. The Soviet Union's Venera program led the charge in the 1960s-80s. Venera 7 was the first spacecraft to successfully land on another planet in 1970. Venera 13 sent back the first color images of Venus's surface in 1982, before it was crushed by the intense pressure. NASA's Pioneer Venus orbiter mapped the planet in 1978, and the Magellan mission 1990-94 provided detailed radar maps of the terrain. Later missions like Venus Express and Akatsuki explored its atmosphere, revealing new mysteries about its clouds, super-rotating winds, and strange lightning-like discharges called sprites. But there's still so much we don't know. Could anything survive on Venus? In 2020, scientists detected phosphine, a gas that, on Earth, is associated with microbial life in Venus's upper atmosphere. The detection remains controversial, but it reignited the idea that microbial life could exist floating in Venus's clouds, where temperatures are between 30 degrees C and 60 degrees C. Some researchers have even proposed future airborne habitats, or cloud cities, not for colonization, but for scientific exploration of this strange biosphere-like layer. We may be decades from a definitive answer, but Venus just might surprise us. We're entering a new era of Venus exploration. NASA is preparing two major missions. Da Vinci Plus will plunge through the atmosphere, analyzing gases and looking for signs of past water. Veritas will map the surface in high resolution, searching for recent volcanic and tectonic activity. ESA's Envision mission, planned for the 2030s, will also examine Venus's geology and climate history. And private ventures like Rocket Lab's planned Venus probe aim to send smaller, faster missions into Venus's clouds. For decades, Venus was ignored in favor of Mars. But now, scientists are turning back to this mysterious world, not just to understand Venus, but to understand Earth. Venus is a planet of extremes. It burns hotter than Mercury. Its skies rain acid. Its landscape is forged by fire. Yet, billions of years ago, it may have been just like us. What happened to Venus is more than a cosmic curiosity. It's a story of climate catastrophe, lost oceans, and perhaps lost life. And as we prepare to return, we may finally learn the truth. Is Venus a warning, a mirror, or a second origin of life? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. Venus is no longer the forgotten planet. If you enjoyed this journey to Venus, leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And tell us in the comments, which planet should we visit next? Until next time, stay curious and keep looking up.